wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga.
Better watch how you step in, yeah. But that was my niggas, yeah.
I'm in it, yo. Got my nigga Rewan with me.
But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor.
You know what I'm saying?
Under commanding General, your honor. That was my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Look, hey, straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home, that's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my I can gon' let him have it. Hey, thank you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it, ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit, y'all know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm reppin'. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For I take your life or let you take mine. That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, and shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted, we hear the truth and reject it. But love is getting corrected, and all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Too much to do? Let Gemini in Chrome handle it. Let's start here. Auto Browse gets it done. Use Gemini in Chrome to fill your cart in one click.
Fake love, real hate.
One West.
But we set apart, nigga.
They hate it when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you dead, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. Oh, you can't keep it solid, I ain't fucking with you. Fuck a fake friend, show is over, close the curtain. Told you that they loved you, laughed at you when you was hurting. One thing about that UPK, this brotherhood for certain. Dress you up in all black, urge you up to put that work in. Same niggas that was on the block putting that work in. Abandon that lifestyle, cause now I know my purpose. Coming from a place where a black man life is worthless. 400 plus years, yeah, living out them curses. I blame the so-called leaders in the churches. Was supposed to save our soul, instead they led us to the hearses. Backstabbed and betrayed by the people you would die for. Your family switch sides on you. Cracker take a knee on your neck, whisper and die, boy. So I stay strapped with the Kaepernick, that's the firearm. Gotta watch your back, you know them demons out here lurking. If I don't know shit, then I know one thing for certain. Look, they hate it when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you dead, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. You can't keep it solid, I ain't fucking with you. They hate you when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you dead, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. You can't keep it solid, I ain't fucking with you.
I say fuck the fake love and disloyal behavior. Brotherhood is a weapon, but bitch niggas is contagious. Hating your elevation instead of hitting the pavement. Watching your every move and never give motivation. Situational friendships give way with adversity. And these days, just a little bit of your kindness a luxury. I'd rather you keep your distance than be a fuck nigga too close to me. Prefer to fuck with fear niggas than house niggas with notes on me. Get a shirt off my back for devoted niggas with loyalty. I noticed the lack of devoted niggas that's trustworthy if you ain't in no black. Ranked up, I'd give 2 fucks for free. Death before dishonor is a must. It ain't no choice from me. I'm bred different. Was never one to die, just bullshit. I'm fed different. Fuck all the information out of pulpits. I'm led different. Been taught to follow a code. Israel law, statutes, commandments, freely given, never sold, nigga. Chill.
They hate it when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you dead, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. You can't keep it solid, I ain't fucking with you.
Dear hater, you for real hater? Must not be on like you say, must not be getting no real paper. Real paper.
One West, nigga. Dear hater, you for real hater? Must not be on like you say, must not be getting no real paper. Nigga can't have more than you, you know them niggas will still hate you. Those are characteristics in a pussy nigga nature. Talk that shit behind my back, but be on mute when it's a facial. Smiling in my face, but you can't hide all of that hatred. I'm too silent, you a snake. I see that shit a mile away. Man of war, and I'm not sorry, blame that shit on UPK. Pussy ass nigga, you a pussy ass nigga. Oh, you confused, you think pussy ass nigga. This ain't drag racing, why you got that drag with you? I'm a bad kidder, pull up with 2 bad bitches. Masculinity be the reason she into me. She say she loving all that big priest energy. Don't remember me when I step in the facility. I'm screaming ISUPK, fuck the enemy. Oh, hey, this that One West world shit right here. Think I ain't got the bitch on me, you trippin', homie, that bitch right here. Brown liquor, don't sip that clip. Cloud of vision, let's get shit clear. I ain't even fuck around, homie, put the crown on me, yeah, this my year. Yeah. And I do this shit for my niggas who solid. I ain't resent for I truly acknowledge you ain't in this truth and you ain't in this body, cause bitch, you one body. We see it coming cause we really prophets. Oh, want you about it, but you didn't stop it. A hard head make a soft fast, I guess that's why you soft with your soft bag. Hood nigga that can outclass bougie bitches who talking about class. Soon as you cut a motherfucker, they be like, why you talk to me like that? Valuable lesson. Before you judge, I will check the reflection. Real love is correct. Real love is perfection. Ain't a flaw in it, this is raw business. Brotherhood is a weapon. Fuck around and get stepped on, try to step, watch how you step. Fuck around and get stepped on, try to step, watch how you step. 10 times out of 10 when we get it in, nigga, it's a win. If you ain't in the UPK, then nigga, it's a sin. Cause it's only one body, one truth, nigga, one spirit, yeah, one God. But when the shit hit the fan, pussy nigga ran, they got in the win. When niggas saying he was down, when really the nigga switch. Niggas saying he a ride for you, when really the nigga snitch. Really the nigga quit, hey, really the nigga bitch. Yeah, and I'm just telling you the truth about it, this ain't even a diss. Yeah, this how them niggas be acting. Talking that shit like they really be about it, but when it come down to the action, that's when you find out that they lacking. That's when you find out that they acting. And fucking with my niggas, it's a sure way to end up in the casket. Bitches us against the masses. I don't mind getting dirty, but watch how I clean it up when it get nasty. I lift that Nina up and get the flashes just cause I
And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. Romans 13:11.
Shalom. This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the ISUPK like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the ISUPK. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, aka Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
You mean everything to me because I know you mean everything to Christ. And Christ means everything to me. I called on the Lord. I said, Father, this is real. Will you watch over them? Will you raise them up to be strong? I'm just a man with flesh. This is what you call for in your scriptures. You said they wore studs and fringes, they got it on. You said they will follow the law, they doing it. You said under Yahushua they ought to love one another, and they doing it.
Hey, shalom, Yahabashim Shabakathum to the brothers. Shalom, Shemar Latam Bahashim, Yahabashah to the sisters. Priest and Officer Lamawad of the ISUPK, that's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street back in 1969. If you are not a part of the ISUPK, you are not in the truth, all right? Tonight is the Wednesday Law class brought to you, Salakia. Brought to you by yours truly, ISUPK Dallas. All right. Understand what we do here in the ISUPK. We try to wake our people up to the truth of the Bible, who the Israelites are, and who we ignorantly call ourselves in this captivity or this society that has taken over the world. We are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians of Negroid descent, right? Real quickly, let me go into that. You are the seed of whoever your father is, and that's according to the Bible, right? So when it comes to the Most High God, there is no mixture, okay? Whatever your father is what you are. Whatever his father was is what he is, and so on and so forth. That being said, like when we say Native Indians or those in North, Central, and South America, understand that there's two types. When we talk about, let's say, Mexico, for instance, there are two types of so-called Mexicans, right? There are those that descend from Aztecans, who would be the Issacharites of the 12 tribes of Israel. And then there's those that are offspring of Spaniards that came over and conquered the land. When they essayed the women and the women gave birth to those babies. So it's the same thing when you talk about the Caribbeans, like Puerto Rico, Dominican islands. I mean, the Dominican and all other islands, they were conquered by other nations who then, I'll just say, mixed in with the population, right? Like Bob Marley. Bob Marley is not an Israelite. He's not a so-called black man. He's only a Jamaican by the land, but he would be a so-called Edomite or a so-called white man, all right? Because his father is that. When you bring up a picture of his father, he looks just like his father, just with dark complexion. Understand that here in the ISUPK, we do not go off of skin color. Skin color is something that was magnified, I'll just say, by this oppressor that made it that way for power purposes, right? When he brought colorism into the whole scheme of white and black. White and black is just a color. You are who your father is. That's what makes up a nation of people, okay? We are not colors in crayon boxes, all right? So I just wanted to go into that briefly. For anyone that may be confused of what the ISUPK teaches, just because you are dark complected, or even if you're very light complected, that doesn't make you an Israelite, and it doesn't not make you an Israelite. You understand? It depends on who your father is, your lineage is, and all of that, okay? Because we have to go all the way back through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, okay? But we do not strive after endless genealogies, as the Bible says, all right? The spirit will bear witness. There's only, if a so-called African comes through our door and sits through our classes, there is only so much of a doodle-eating African we can talk about before it's gonna vex his spirit. You know what I mean? Same thing with a so-called white man. It's only so much of calling the white man the devil that the Bible speaks of that they're gonna be able to take. And then that spirit is gonna come out. So just understand where our stance is, okay? Tonight's class, we're just gonna kind of get into some laws that the Most High God gave to us. Laws that you should dwell on night and day. It should become a part of your life. You should live by it. You should have it so ingrained that it is now you, because you were supposed to be a new creature in the Lord, right? A new man, new woman, right? You're supposed to put away those old ways of thinking, okay? So that's what we gonna get into, and we gonna rock this thing out and get on down the road. All right. So we're in Exodus chapter 20, and we'll just start at verse 1, okay? Bear with me 1 second. Y'all bear with me 1 second here. Exodus 20. Why is it not want to work? I'm still here, y'all. Just bear with me 1 minute. I'm trying to set this up where y'all can see it, okay? Can't see it. Why can't I see it? Let's do this. All right. Let's get that out the way. Let's put this. Want to see this? All right. Here we go. I knew I'd get it at some point, y'all. I knew I'd get it at some point. 20. All right. All right. So Exodus 20, we're just gonna start at verse 1, okay? Let's see who checked in. Laha Karash. Shalom Shabakatah. Myself over just a little bit farther. Y'all tell me if y'all having a hard time seeing me. I don't think y'all will, but just let me know. All right, Exodus 20 verse 1. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Right, so because we know Egypt is synonymous with the word bondage, right? 20 verse 3, thou shalt have no other gods before me, because there's only one true and living God. Exodus 20 and 4, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. All right. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Right? Because the Lord is trying to weed you out. You don't have time for the nonsense, but we, for some reason, always on the nonsense. Making a graven image. Like, say I got this sculpture of a lion, right? Now, you have a sculpture, but it becomes graven when you bowing yourself down to this, right? Your whole being of making this sculpture is because you want to worship it. You hold it in such high regard, right? We just have this because it represents the Lion of Judah, right? Regardless of that, we don't bow ourselves down to this graven image, right? Well, because it's not a graven image to us. It's just a sculpture of a lion with a crown on his head, right? Which more represent Christ. So let's keep on moving. Oh, let me speak on that real quick. And it says, to the third or fourth generation of those that hate him, right? Because when you bow yourself down before a so-called God, right, that we all know is not a God, you showing that you hate God at that point. So he gonna root you out. It says to the third and fourth generation of them that hate him, right? So I mean, he's cutting you all the way out, right? So be very weary of that. The Lord, he is telling you he is a jealous God. 20:6, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. All right. Let's flip over to 1 John, I believe it's 3 and 4. 1 John 3 and 4. 1 John 3 and 4. No, not 3 and 4. That's not the one I want. It's 5 and 3. This is the book of 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. Right? Exodus 20:6, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. All right? I don't think I need to explain that, but if anybody has a question, anybody wants something explained, please put it in the comments. Exodus 20:7, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Vain means basically for nothing, produces nothing, does nothing, or whatever. You can't just loosely use the Lord's name and, just loosely use his name for no reason. You damn sure don't want to swear on God, stuff like that. But don't use his name in vain for nothing. Like you swear, you want a God to do things for you, and you using his name. Like I would say, like when like sports stars get up on the podium after winning the championship, and I want to thank God, for helping me win this championship and all of that, when God didn't have nothing to do with that. That's not the will of God. He ain't got nothing to do with that. And so what I'm understanding is that would be using his name in vain, right? It's for nothing. All right. For the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. He's going to hold you accountable. Verse 20:8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. The Sabbath day, right? What day is the Sabbath day? It's the last day of the week, right? We look on the calendar. What's the last day of the week? That would be Saturday. Sunday is the first day of the week. So for all my Christians out there, why are you going to church on a Sunday? You know, the Lord said, keep the Sabbath holy, separate, right? Separated from all the other days. But us as disobedient children, we make excuses. You know, we make excuses in this captivity, right? Because why? When it comes to the Sabbath day, what is it about Saturday that we make excuses? Any one of you two know? Why do, when you're in Christianity, I'll say that, when you're in Christianity, why do we make excuses not to go or not to worship the Lord on Saturday? Yeah, what is it about Saturday?
I'd say, well, it's one of two things. Either a lot of the Christians are making excuses to go worship the Lord Saturdays because they're doing other evil on Saturday.
Wait, say that one more time.
Because they're doing other evil on Saturday, like they're in the club and doing that sort of stuff, and they're doing things that they know they shouldn't be, and that's the day they usually.
Well, you're on it. Yeah, you're on it. The club is one part, right? But I want a more overall picture. That's like a small piece.
The overall would be because Christians don't believe in actually serving the Most High God.
That's true too. They don't believe in serving God, even though they try to. Well, they don't even say they serve God. I haven't heard many Christians say that they serve God. But I'm looking for. Well, I'll just say it. That's the day to party. That's the day the world has designated to party. Right? You work all week and you're waiting on the weekend. As a kid growing up, you've been taught to go to church on Sunday. And as a kid, you either liked church or you didn't like church, right? So if you didn't like church, you was dreading Sunday. But what about Saturday? You love Saturday, right? You love Saturday. Get up in the mornings. Well, I'm from an older generation. You get up early in the morning because you was watching cartoons early in the morning. Huh?
I was saying
There you go. So you get up early in the morning, you watch cartoons. You know that, well, you know, my grandmother, we probably do some stuff around the house, but then we get ready to go to some stores and stuff, you know, and look around and maybe find some stuff to buy or whatever the case may be. We go out to eat. Saturday was the fun day. So, you know, you mean you gonna move church to Saturday? Oh, hell no. Hell no. Sunday was the day, you know, yeah, you go to church. Like I was in a church where my grandmother would drag me there. And man, we'd be there early, like 7 o'clock in the morning. And you have Sunday school. And then you come in, you talk about what you learned in Sunday school, and then there would be a small break, and then you come back for the service. Service wouldn't get out till almost 1 o'clock. Do all of that singing and testifying and everything else, and then the sermon. And then he would drop the bomb on you. We having 3 o'clock service. Ah, man. Sunday used to be hell. But Saturday was the fun day. Time to do stuff, right? So this world has pulled a strong delusion over the eyes of Israel. You know what I mean? It's one thing to teach that God loves everybody, and he don't, according to the Bible, right? Not my words, but his words, right? But to make the Lord's Sabbath day a day of just folly, right? Now understand, that's the day he's supposed to rest. The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. Meaning nobody is supposed to make you work on that day. It's supposed to be your day to rest and do what you want to do. All right? Let's keep moving. Exodus 20:9. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. Verse 10. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. Can anyone of y'all tell me why it says, nor thy cattle? Say what?
Because usually they use their oxen and stuff to plow the field.
Yeah. Back then they would use the cattle to plow the fields and different things like that. So it's like you can't put them to work either, man. You gotta let everybody rest. And it just makes sense. You got 7 days of the week. You don't work 6. God dang, take a day off. God dang, you love money that much? Take a day off and rest. This society got everybody so wrapped up in trying to be better than everybody else. You got cats out here working 2, 3, 4 jobs. They working day and night. I know guys at my job right now working 2 jobs. They only sleeping probably 4 hours a day. It is absolutely diabolical. The things that this oppressor has done in this world, just for gain, man, just for material gain. The so-called white man will never understand brotherhood. No matter how much he shouts it from the mountaintops, no matter how much he tries to say, oh, I love you, all this stuff, a snake cannot love. You understand? That's why the Lord likens them to a snake. I mean, you think about a snake. A snake has babies, and a snake will devour their babies. A snake, after it has babies, leaves their babies. Right? You're not cold, and a snake is cold anyway. It's cold-blooded. It's not a more better reference. They will never understand brotherhood. That's why they tell you you can't do business with family. You can't, if they not acting right, cut them off. Listen, the only way you'll get cut off in this truth is if you're not following this truth. If you obeying God, then you are my brother and sister. That's just point blank, period. All right? Understand that. Let's keep moving. Exodus 20:11. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. So who are we to make it something it ain't? Exodus 20, verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. All right. This is a big one in Israel, because we have a big problem with that in Israel, right? One, we have a problem with fathers not being in the household. That tragedy is a symptom caused by the so-called white man, right? The father is not in the household because of the so-called white man. That is the root cause of the disease, okay? Now that we've identified who caused it, and nobody out there better not try to say, oh, did y'all want to blame it on the white man? No, it was his fault. It was his fault. And not only was it his fault, it was by design. It was premeditated, right? He did this when they brought in the New Deal, right? The New Deal. If you don't know what the New Deal is, look up the New Deal. That's when they brought in the welfare and, all of that. They brought all of that in. Something that I learned recently, I think I knew it from a long time ago. I just forgot it. Hey, do y'all know who brought in the school lunches?
Who brought in school lunches?
Yeah, who came up with school lunches where you had the little ticket and they punched the ticket? Did y'all ever do that?
We had, by the time we were in school, we had like the numbers that we typed.
Okay, when I was coming up, we had a ticket. It was a lunch ticket, and they punched it when you came through, right? I want to say, well, who do y'all think? Who do y'all think implemented that? Who do y'all think brought that into fruition? Y'all know? No? Want to take a stab at it? Do you think it was a white man? You do? You do too, Mupatazan? For free lunch?
Oh, nah.
You think white man came up with the free lunch? Hot design? You do? All right. It was not the white man. It was not the white man. Hold on. Let me see. There you go, Lahab. Lahab Karaj beat me to it. It was the Black Panthers that came up with the free lunches. They were serving free lunches to, the black kids. White man didn't like that. That's when the Black Panthers started having all the problems. Well, yeah, go back and look at it. That's when the Black Panthers started having all the problems, man. The white man was like, you ain't gonna be feeding these kids for free. Hell no. So then they came up with the school lunches as if they came up with it. You know.
I see. Because if you look up who came up with the idea, they'll tell you it's a British business owner named John Hack.
Yeah, well, it wasn't. he may have mentioned it. He may have said something. They didn't implement it. They didn't put it into play. All right. Listen. I'm not saying so-called white man ain't did some stuff. I'm saying that his reputation is that he's a liar, and I can't trust nothing that comes out of his mouth. Now, when I say that, am I talking about all white people? No, I'm not talking about all white people. You got some white people that'll stand 10 tones down and keep it 100. But unfortunately, that's not gonna save you. Let's see. There you go. You're here. Section 8, child support, food stamps were the gifts used by this wicked place to help keep life out of the home. The welfare had I don't know if you want to call it a law, but their rules or stipulations was that no male role figure could be in the household. And they would come and do regular checks to make sure that they're not there. You know, in came, I'm not going to say it was the first baby daddy. I'm sure there was baby daddies before then. But it grew it. I'll say that. It grew it into something more enormous to what we have today, where now, you know, casual sex is not frowned upon. There was a time in our communities that was absolutely frowned on, right? Like that. There was a time that, you know, men and women didn't even dare think about doing something like that, right? I know it doesn't seem real, but it was very much real. But we integrated, and I put that in quotes because really we didn't integrate anything. It was portions of us were assimilated and others rejected it. And those that rejected it are now the ones that are hunted down in the streets, lives in the ghettos and all of that. And then you have the assimilated ones that, you know, it could go either way. They either dislike what's going on or they make excuses of why it's going on. Don't get me wrong, we don't condone anybody breaking any laws. You should live by the laws. But we understand what's going on in this society, right? I digress. All right, honor thy father and thy mother, right? So even if you don't know your father like that, but you know your father, still treat him with respect. I don't care if he's a crackhead. Still treat him with respect because you understand he's in the condition that he's in because of the so-called white man. Now, the white man didn't make him smoke the crack, right? But he did create the conditions that led him to the temptation of smoking the crack, right? If I take your job away, you can't provide for your family now. You got a crying baby over here and you got a wife that's yelling at you to do something, you know, and you don't know what to do. And then along comes, you know, old Johnny. Hey, got this cocaine for you. You know, you sell it for me. I pay you this, you know, you just make sure I get back this. I mean, unless you got some real strong morals, You're probably going to jump at the situation. When you ain't living by the Lord, you're probably going to jump at the situation, right? And then you're going to justify it to yourself. Then you're going to teach your kids. Then your kids going to teach their kids. And as generations go on, drug dealer is a staple in the community. Next thing you know, you Nino Brown, right? You Nino Brown, like on New Jack City. You know, you giving out food like Bumpy Johnson and all of that. Yeah, you a pillar in the community. Everybody just turns their eyes to all the death you doing on the other end, right? These pastors be knowing. Pastors don't turn on you until everybody else turn on you. Everybody else turn on you, now the pastor got something to say. Before that, pastor ain't turn on you. I know if you ain't never seen New Jack City, watch New Jack City. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It gives a perfect example of what is a scene in New Jack City. It was the pastor sitting there with Nino Brown, the biggest drug dealer in the city, laughing and kikiing, ha-ha, while he giving money to the children and stuff like that. A gift destroys the heart. It just is what it is. You got to understand and recognize these things the Bible tells you. You just got to read it. Read it and get understanding of it, okay? Let's keep moving. Exodus 20 and 13. Thou shalt not unalive. Really, in the Hebrew, it's thou shalt not murder, right? For all my Christians out there that think it's this, thou shalt not unalive, well, somebody breaks into your house and they got a GUN, right? Or a you know, a sticker, you know. I'm trying to use best words as possible. They got a sticker on them, and they mean to actually do you harm. What, you know, God loves everybody, and we're supposed to be loving and kind. Just let them go ahead and stick you, you know, or put a hole in you. You know, go ahead and let them, you know. Now, as for me and mine, we understand the scriptures, and we understand you come in our house, you might not leave. Or if you do leave, it's going to be a plastic bag with a zipper on it, you know. At the minimum, you're going to need an ambulance. That's all I'm saying. I'll turn the cheek, but when I turn back around, you better not be there. Just simple, right? And turning that cheek is for my brother. We get into it or whatever, I turn my cheek, right? Meaning we work this thing out. I don't got time to be hating my brother in my heart. All right, let's keep going. I think everybody understands that. Understand murder is premeditated. You planned it out. You planned it out. You had evil intentions, and you carried those evil intentions out. This right here, what's on the screen, is a different thing. Somebody pulls something out on me, and they're meaning to unalive me. I can definitely defend myself. And then if the Lord, like in the Old Testament, the Lord would tell the Israelites, go in and unalive everything that's breathing. The livestock, the insects, the I don't care what it is. If it was COVID-19, unalive it too. That's just what it was, right? So understand is thou shalt not murder. Exodus 20 and 14. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Christianity, this is a hard one for y'all. This is a very hard one for y'all. Adultery is a man sleeping with another man's wife, right? Or a wife sleeping with another man that is not her husband. What adultery is not. I want y'all to hear this. Let me grab this. Let me make sure y'all hear this. Adultery is not if a man is married and he finds a woman that is not married to another man. She is single. She is not betrothed to another man. He can be with that woman. He will have a second wife. It is not adultery. Do I need to say it again? All right, let's just move on. Y'all got that right? I didn't have to tell y'all, right? Patizan. Hey, y'all don't need no understanding of that, do y'all? Okay. I just want to make sure. Now, with that being said, understand, not every man is equipped to handle more than one wife. Let me say that for my non-listeners. Not every man is equipped to handle more than one wife. Not every man is equipped to handle one wife. Let alone 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I ain't met one with that many, but yeah, you know what I mean. Why? That's a lot of management. That's a lot of patience you have to have. That's a lot of not getting in your emotions that you have to do. Let alone you have children by each one of them. Now you might have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kids running around. And you've got to be the father to all of these children, which takes responsibility, right? A lot of discipline, a lot of disciplining, a lot of, caretaking, stuff like that. You got to be that head, right? So not every man is equipped for that. If you are a man that's equipped for that, hey, kudos to you, and keep doing what you're doing. All right, how you think this nation got built? Jacob had 4 wives. Yeah, 4 wives, and we know he had 12 sons. I'm not sure. Do y'all know? Did he have? I'm sure he had daughters. Y'all don't know how many daughters he had, right? Jacob, Israel. I don't know if I read how many daughters he had. But anyway, we know he had 12 sons. All right. Let's keep moving. Thou shalt not steal. I think everybody can agree on that one. Don't touch my stuff. All right. And if you have brotherhood, you wouldn't want to steal anyway. You would know that your brother would probably more than likely give it to you. If we had true brotherhood, right? Your brother would just give it to you. Share it with you at the minimum. All right, let's keep moving. Somebody got something to say? Let's see. Oh, Jacob had 1 daughter. All right, throw water for that. Ain't that crazy though? 12 sons, 1 daughter, man. That's pretty wild. I bet she was so spoiled. Man, I bet she was spoiled. Your 1 daughter? I got 3 daughters. And when I tell you, man, wrapped around their finger. Unless they trying to get me to break the law, and that's when they feel my wrath. But that's something else. All right. 20 and 16. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Don't be out here telling lies on your brothers and your sisters. That one for one, that that can get you hurt just in the world, right? Just on the streets. We've all heard, keep my name out your mouth, right? Chris Rock found that out, right? Keep my wife's name out your mouth. Don't bear false witness. If you're gonna bring something, you better have facts. It better not be no rumor. You better have facts. And then you better do it, even with the facts, you better do that the right way. All right? But don't bear false witness against thy neighbor. Verse 17, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Now, all that is saying is, just be happy for your brother, man. Don't be wanting what your brother got. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've heard some brothers. Now this is in the world. I've heard some brothers say some very inappropriate things, like, "Oh man, this your wife, man? Dang man, your wife fine." Why would you say that? Why would you say that? I mean, there's so many other ways you could say, give her a compliment without saying that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, y'all got all this up in here, man. What you doing? You slanging on the side? He letting you know he want what you got. He letting you know. You should be distancing yourself. At least in the world, that's how I understood things. You gotta distance yourself. Cause a true brother come through, be like, man, I gotta get like you, man. I'm on this same thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for you, bro. I am truly happy for you, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get my weight up. You know, he's not trying to compete with you or take from you. Hold on 1 second. I mean, I'm just telling you how brothers is gonna talk in the world. In the world, there's things that we say in a certain way to let you know, even when we don't even know we doing it. You see what I'm saying? You come in there, you know, you coming up in the crib. Ah man, you got that PS5, man? I've been wanting one of them. You know. Oh, y'all living good up in here. You know what I'm saying? Nigga got the new car. You know what I'm saying? Got all this. Oh man, you just balling out of control up in here. Just can't stop talking about it. Like, man, just be happy for your brother, man. That's all. Be happy for him. You know what I'm saying? You don't even understand. You can come up better than stealing from him. You steal something from your brother, that's just for one time, because he of course he ain't dealing with you after that. You know what I mean? Where you could have, you know, in time made money. But, you know, of course we want a quick buck, right? All right. So don't covet your neighbor's stuff, meaning your brothers and your sisters. Don't covet their stuff, man. Be happy for them. Get your weight up, right? Or not so much get your weight up. Let me say like this real quick. Be happy with what you have so that the Lord can add to it. If you're not happy with what you have, you're not going to be happy with the things you gain. So what good is it in the first place? This so-called white man, right, has an appetite that will never be quenched. You understand? Real quick, I used to work a job where we made millions for the company. Millions. I know we made millions because they would tell us at the end of every year, we made so much millions in profit, right? But then after they would give you the speech on how good a job we did and how much millions of dollars in profit that we made the company, they would come back and say, but we can do better. And you done slaved and all of this. You done put in overtime, some of it mandatory overtime. You out in the elements or whatever, or you in a warehouse and it's hot. You slaving like a dog, right? And this bastard says we can do more, right? And he does your annual review and gives you 10 cents an hour more. And you looking at him like 10 cents, and then they tell you, well, you got to look at it this way, right? If I give you 10 cents and I give everybody that work here 10 cents and everybody that works in the company worldwide, that adds up to a lot of money. That's why we can't, we would love to give you like a $2 raise, but if we gave everybody a $2 raise, it's BS. You just made them millions upon millions of dollars in profit. And they gave you a dime. Minimum wage is still at $7.20 an hour, I believe. $7.20. I ain't never worked for $7.20. Ever. Since I was 15, I ain't never worked for $7.20. Mapatazar, you ever worked for $7.20? $9? $7.20. What you got, Hot Design?
I actually did.
You did?
Yeah.
What was you doing?
It was fast food for Sonic.
Sonic paid you $7.20.
Yeah.
Sonic that has value meals for $14. That's crazy. That's diabolical. You probably sold damn near 20 value meals in an hour. And you got $7.20, and they were getting double that on each value meal. Let that sizzle in your spirit. And you were just one person. They had more car hops, right? Or whoever else was working in there, right? Yeah. So that means they were selling up to 20 value meals.
A good portion of the people that worked there had a second job.
I'm sure they did. Who the hell can live off of $7.20? Somebody add up $7.20 an hour for 8 hours for me, please. Live $9, right? Even $9, and you had kids. When this brings up something else. Since we on this subject, I just want y'all to understand how diabolical. Go ahead. What is it? $7.20 times 8. Anybody?
Hang on, actually, let me start up.
That's
$57.06.
Did you say $57.06? That don't even fill up my truck. That don't even, in today's money, that don't even fill up my truck. That don't even hardly give me a half a tank. Diabolical. Now think about it. They don't even give me a half a tank of gas in my truck. You got to pay rent, electricity. They don't even pay your electricity bill. That 1 hour. So the whole day, you work 8 hours, and you only got $50, $60, $60. What's 9 times 8, Lil Hob? What is that? Shit, I can't even multiply. 8 times 9 is what? 54. What am I? Man, I'm all off, Aaron. Y'all gonna make me go to the phone on that. Man, y'all don't know what 8 times 9 is? 72. God dog. I can't even add. I can't even multiply. 72. Right? $72 for the whole day. I mean, you can't eat. You can't eat. You can't eat for that day. Because you got to save up your money for the rent. $72 an hour. 72 times what? 7 is $400 and something dollars. Equals, let me see, times 7. Because let's say you better work 7 days a week. That's $500. $504. $504. Who's rent? Wait, hold on. Let's keep going. Times equals, and let's multiply that times 4. $2,016. $2,016 a month. All right. Man, you better live in the you better live in the projects. Your rent better be $500 if you want to eat. Yeah, I'm sure it was horrible, Lob. If you want to eat, your rent better be $500. You better keep your utilities down under $100. You better not be paying a payment for a car. So you better have a cash car, bucket. You know what I'm saying? It's diabolical. Yeah, I know you was working outside. You making $9 an hour, you ain't working in no office. Yeah, you ain't working in no office. $9 an hour, $7.20. You ain't working in no office. You ain't working inside. And I bet you got off hours too. You ain't never got Saturday and Sunday off. You probably got Sunday off or Saturday off, or you might not even have the weekend at all. You had some odd day like Tuesday, and sometimes they even break it up. It's Tuesday and Thursday you got off. You couldn't even have consecutive days off. Just absolutely diabolical. What I was gonna say earlier is, like you say, you was making $9 an hour with kids, right? So-called white man tell you got to make a certain amount of money to even have kids. I used to always find that crazy because I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Hey, like, kids cost you millions. You can't afford kids. Black folks been affording kids forever. What are you talking about? We raised kids in slavery, making no money. But you know who made some money off of having kids in slavery? So-called white man. He made money off of our kids. I'm not gonna go all into this. You gotta understand the diabolicalness. Yes, I made that word up. The diabolicalness of this so-called white man. He was trying to make you feel bad. You know, never feel bad. Never feel bad for slavery, right? Never stop bringing up slavery. I'll stop bringing up slavery when you stop bringing up 9/11. I'll stop bringing up slavery when you stop celebrating the 4th of July. I'll stop bringing up slavery when you stop talking about all this other stuff. Boston Tea Party. What else? What else y'all love? When y'all take them faces off of Mount Rushmore. What else? when y'all give the Native American Indians rulership over the government like they should be. What else? When y'all apologize for the Alamo. What else? What else could? Never stop bringing up slavery. When y'all apologize for how y'all treated black people in the military, like what happened down there in Houston. Yeah, I'll stop bringing up slavery. Never stop bringing up slavery. Now, y'all get me hot when I start talking about this type of stuff. Let's move on. Exodus 20 and 18. And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. They got scared, right? Our people got scared. That's why you only get these 10 commandments. The Lord can only get out so much, and niggas got scared. And what did they do? What did they do? Let's see what they did. And they said unto Moses, and now they like, hey Moses, check this out, man. Speak thou with us. You speak to us, right? And we will hear you. We will hear. But let not God speak with us as we die. Hey, like, man, you talk to us, man. Man, we'll die. We talk to that dude. Yeah. You know what's so crazy? As you read about us in the wilderness, right? And you know we said this right here that, man, you speak with us like, man, we gonna die talking to this guy. We gonna die. After seeing this, and then Moses goes up on the mountain, and while he's up there, these fools make a golden calf and start worshiping the golden calf. After seeing this, like our people bold as hell, man. Can you imagine that, Mpatazan? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine God talking to us, right? And you get so scared that you tell Moses, hey man, you speak to God and tell us, and we'll listen to you, right? So you done saw God. So then Moses goes up on the mountain, you decide to make a golden calf and start worshiping the golden calf. Yeah, but that's Israel, right? That's Israel. Yeah, that's Israel. Like, these Christian churches don't stick. You only go to Christian church because your grandma drug you to church. Like, I remember, back in 2000, I'm like in my 20s at that time. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my mid 20s. I was going to church. I was going to church, but I wasn't going to hear no word. I wasn't going. Sister Jones was wearing that dress nicely. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't wait till church was over. Sister Jones, y'all going out to eat? You mind if I join you? Like, wasn't learning nothing in that church. Wasn't trying to change nothing. I was just at the club. Just like 3/4 of the people in the church. Some of them was probably still wearing the same outfit. Because you can come as you are, right? You can come as you are. Crazy. Diabolical, man. Verse 20. And Moses said unto the people, fear not, for God is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not. I mean, that explains it right there. If you can't understand this right here, I don't know. He came to prove you. What is he proving? That you worthy of the kingdom of heaven. You worthy of rulership. How do you do that? By listening to him and obeying. And it says, and that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not. Meaning, you're supposed to see him, and you're supposed to be afraid. You're supposed to be afraid so that every time you about to do something against the Lord, you like, oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell no. I just seen the cloud and the thundering and the lightning. I ain't even get to see God. Imagine what seeing God would be like. So I'm gonna turn around and eat the pork? Are you kidding me? You turn around and make the molten image, the golden calf? Like, I can imagine how Moses came off that mountain. When he came out that mountain, I can imagine the anger that just went across him. I mean, you was just up there, learning all of this from the Lord, and you probably was praising people. Oh yeah, Lord, we gonna do it. You was we this and we that. You come off the mountain. The people, they shoot. We who? Shoot. We already partying. Crazy. But that's our people. That's what we do. All right. Verse 21. And the people stood afar off, and Moses drew near unto the thick darkness where God was. And the Lord said unto Moses, thus thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, ye have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. The Lord done made a long distance phone call on us. Verse 23, ye shall not make with me gods of silver, neither shall ye make unto you gods of gold. But you can't make this up. You can't make this up. He said, don't make no gods of silver and don't make no gods of gold. Moses goes up on the mountain. They immediately make a god of gold. Boy, our people stiff-necked. I mean, stiff-necked and hard-headed, man. He expressly said, don't make any gods out of silver or gold. We make a whole golden calf. I bet Hot Design was out there like, hey, man, it ain't big enough. Hot Design ain't even heard me, man. Y'all didn't make that calf big enough, man. Let me show y'all how to do it. Nah, I'm just messing around with Hot Design. Yeah, man. It said don't make it. And they went and made it. Like, look, I'm just going to be honest. That's us because, I mean, how many of us, our parents tell us, don't do this. And we go right and do it. And then they be like, didn't I just tell you? And then you get beat. Well, the Lord beat us too. That's why we in this captivity right now. This beating hurt real bad. Exodus 20 and 24. An altar of earth thou shalt make unto me, and shalt sacrifice thereon thy burnt offerings, and thy peace offerings, thy sheep and thine oxen. In all places where I record my name, I will come unto thee, and I will bless thee. I mean, the Lord is trying to just give us gold chains, you know what I'm saying, gold grills, big houses, big cars. He's just trying to give it to us. All we had to do was not do what he said not do. And what we do, went right and did what he said not to do. We are, look, I come from a generation where we say it. Man, we were retarded at that time. I'm just going to say it. You got to be retarded. Exodus 20 and 25. And if thou wilt make me an altar of stone, thou shalt not build it of hewn stone, meaning uncut stone. you can't get stone that's been shaped. It's got to just be raw, uncut stone, right? For if thou lift up thy tool upon it, thou hast polluted it. So you trying to shape the stone, you polluted it. Just raw and uncut, right? Verse 26, neither shalt thou go up by steps unto mine altar, that thy nakedness be not discovered thereon. So he ain't want you to make no high steps, man. Don't nobody want to see all that while we walking up the steps, basically, is what he's saying. Because, you know, we had the garments, you know, with came all the way down. Nobody wants to see all that, man. Stretch them steps out, not up, okay? Verse Exodus 21:1. Now these are the judgments. We're going to skip on that one because this gets into a lot of agriculture. We're going to get a few more things real quick. And what time? Y'all must come at 8:50, right? 8:50? All right. We going for a little while long. All right. All right. Let's move to 22. Exodus 22. All right. Exodus 22:1. If a man shall steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox, and 4 sheep for a sheep. Here we go with that stealing. Just understand what the Lord is saying. You steal, you finna give back 5-fold. You know what I'm saying? And 4-fold the other. And we can put this in the modern terms. You steal, hey man, you steal my gold chain. Guess what? I'm gonna need 5 gold chains back when we catch you, homeboy. Or you know, something gonna happen. Something bad gonna happen. Verse 2. If a thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he unalive, there shall no blood be shed for him. Right? You got caught. You got caught breaking and entering. You broke into somebody's home and you got unalived. Ain't nobody feeling sorry for you. Ain't nobody out for blood for you. You shouldn't have never been in that house. You shouldn't have never been in there. All right? This is a breaking and entering passage, right? This is what you would give to somebody to tell them, hey man, we don't do B&Es, man. We don't do B&Es. All right? 22:3. If the sun be risen upon him, there shall be blood shed for him. So he breaks into your house in the daytime. You can't unalive him. Can either one of y'all tell me why you can't unalive him? If he breaks into your house in the daytime, can you tell me why you can't unalive him? Yeah, you at home, you chilling, somebody breaks in your house in the daytime. Anybody online, can y'all tell me? Y'all can't tell me? All right. Because you can see him. It's because you can see him. You can only unalive him if he's about to unalive you, right? Nighttime is different. You don't know what, and you ain't interested in finding out. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it says, if the sun be risen upon him, there shall be blood shed for him. Meaning you wrong if you kill him. Or so like you unalive him. All right? For he should make full restitution. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft. So he should make restitution of what he stole or whatever. And if he doesn't have anything to give, it says you can sell him. You're going to sell him into some servitude. All right? You're going to pay that off. You're going to wash some dishes. You're going to do whatever, you know. Exodus 22:4. If the theft be certainly found in his hand alive, whether it be ox or ass or sheep, he shall restore double. So now you got to give up double. All right? Verse 5. If a man shall cause a field or vineyard to be eaten, and shall put his beast and shall feed another man's field, or the best of his own field, best of his own field, and of the best of his own vineyard shall he make restitution. This is eye for an eye, but we're gonna get to the eye for an eye. All right. Shalom Shabbat, sir. Good to see you in here. All right. Because eye for an eye is not what you think. But Christians will make you believe, oh, you want me to believe in that Old Testament, and you want me to, you want to go back to the old law and be under the law, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. They don't even know what they're saying when they talk about an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. They don't even know. And that's what's so diabolical about that, right? Because there's more to it than that. If a fire break out, catch fire, this is let me find that, because this is a lot of agriculture right here. Let me see. Deliver, trespass, let me see. Let's move on. Betroth. Let's well, let's go to 16. Let's go to 16. Wait, hold on. Let me see something real quick here. And if it be started. This is all about restoring. Like you steal, you gotta restore. Some of it is like I said, double. And y'all can read that at any time. So Exodus 22:16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, remember we talked about adultery, right? If he entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. Sex is marriage. All right. If her father utterly refuse to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins. You got to pay a dowry. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Whosoever, 22 verse 19, whosoever lieth with a beast shall surely be put to death. I mean, I don't even, you out there with, this is diabolical that, your mind got to be kind of thrown off. I ain't even going to say kind of, your mind thrown off. You looking at your dog all ugh. I don't even want to get into this. This is something that so-called white men do for the most part. But I'm sure some of our people followed that line. That's crazy. Y'all know. I don't even want to get into that. Verse 22 and 20. He that sacrificeth unto any god, save unto the Lord only, he shall be utterly destroyed. All you Christmas celebrating Christians, all you Easter celebrating bunny laying eggs Christians out there, this is a verse for y'all. But of course, you'll say it's in the Old Testament, and we ain't gotta live by that. Okay, you're just gonna find out the latter part of that verse as far as being utterly destroyed. I don't want you to be destroyed if you of the 12 tribes of Israel. So all I can do is bring you, thus saith the Lord. All right. 22:21. Thou shalt neither vex a stranger nor oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. Just leave people alone, man. Just leave people alone. As long as they ain't trespassing against you, leave people alone, man. Exodus 22:22. Ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child. Our people got a problem with that too. We got a problem with messing with people in their lower states. And we got to stop that. We're supposed to be there for them people, not coming up against them. We got to change that mindset. All right? We got to have that mind that Christ had. 22:23. If thou afflict them in any wise, and they cry at all unto me, I will surely hear their cry. The Lord said he's surely gonna hear their cry. It ain't no doubt. Verse 24. And my wrath shall wax hot, and I will unalive you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless. Lord ain't playing. Lord ain't playing, man. If you doing this, you're gonna be walking down the street and pow, you out of there. Wife and kids left with nobody. Right? Now they get to feel the affliction. Anyway, let's keep moving. Verse 25. If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be to him a usurer, neither shalt thou lay upon him usury. You can't be trying to make money off of poor people, man. Especially if you're the reason they poor. We just got through talking about the $7.20. If you making up the wage and you ain't paying them the wage and they poor because of you, and you trying to tax them on the... Nigga, you know what I'm saying. Verse 26. If thou at all take thy neighbor's raiment to pledge, thou shalt deliver it unto him by that the sun goeth down. I'm going to say I'm not 100% sure on this verse, so I'm going to skip over that and I'm going to find out. Verse 27, for that is his covering only. I want to say you borrow the man's clothes, or you borrow somebody's clothes and you ain't giving them their clothes back. And this is the only clothes they got. Wherein shall he sleep? And it shall come to pass when he crieth unto me that I will hear, for I am gracious. Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people. Don't talk bad about people in charge, man. I mean, Christ pointed out the things that they were doing wrong, but he wasn't going around bad-mouthing them. Anything Christ said to the Sadducees and Pharisees, he said it to the Pharisees and Sadducees, right? But he wasn't bad-mouthing them for the most part. He was correcting them. He was rebuking them because they were saying some off stuff, and he was, cutting them with the truth. All right. And this is another. Thou shalt not delay the offer, the first of thy ripe fruits, and of thy liquors, firstborn of thy sons, thou shalt give unto me. This is the tithe. This is like the tithe offering. right? The Lord's like, I blessed you with what you have. Give me mine. And we understand that the Lord don't need it, but that's not the spirit of it. You got to understand the spirit of it. That's what living by the spirit of the law is, that you have understanding of why, right? It's the spirit of it. It's showing that you're appreciative of what you've been given. That you understand it was not of your doing in the first place, right? So the Lord's like, man, just give me mine, all right? Likewise, verse 30, likewise shalt thou do with thine oxen, with thy sheep. 7 days it shall be with his dam, meaning not, it can't, it can't be a small baby type deal. On the 8th day thou shalt give it to me. Give him 7 days. 7 days with his mama. All right. Verse 31. And ye shall be holy men unto me, neither shall ye eat any flesh that is torn of beasts in the field. Ye shall cast it to the dogs. So yeah, say a bear attack your flock, tear it up. You can't eat that meat. All right. I was trying to get to. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second here. I'm trying to find one other thing. All right. All right. Y'all can read the rest of that. You should read Exodus all the way through, and then you should read especially Leviticus. And if anything you don't understand in either of those, get with one of the priests and the prophets for a proper breakdown on it. Okay? Understand that the laws are not done away with. Christians love to try to they love to try to say that the laws are done away with because they have no accountability for themselves. That's just the truth of it, right? I mean, I can't put it any other way. That's just the truth of it. Christianity teaches to not be accountable for yourself, to make excuses for why you can't keep the law, right? There is no excuse for why you can't keep the law. I mean, the Bible says that, the law is not grievous, meaning it's not even hard to do. Not all of the 600 plus laws pertain to some pertain to men, some pertain to women, some pertain to farmers, some pertain to, tax collectors, stuff like that. Well, if you ain't a farmer and you ain't a tax collector, if you ain't a woman, none of that applies to you. You only worry about what's applied to you. And it's not hard. Most of it is not doing something. Well, how easy or how hard is it to not do something? All you gotta do is not do it. And then the other things that you are to do is like, how hard is it to not go to, not worship the Lord on Sunday and worship Him on Saturday? How hard is that? It's not very hard. You know why it's hard? Because all your friends and family don't celebrate it on that day, or they don't keep it on that day. So they're going to look at you weird because you do. That's why it's hard, because you don't want to deal with that. I mean, let's just tell the truth of it. You don't want to deal with that. That's what keeps, and you got to ask yourself, so you're going to keep yourself from the Lord because you care about what your friends and your family think. That's a weak excuse. That's a very weak excuse. Is that what you're going to tell the Lord in the day of judgment? Well, my friends and my family, they was celebrating they was keeping the Sabbath on Sunday. And that's what you're going to tell them? You're going to tell them you was a follower of men, but not a follower of him. That's what you're going to tell them? What else? How hard is it to not keep Christmas and to keep Hanukkah instead? I don't think it's very hard. But you know what is hard? When you got to explain to your friends and family why you not doing Christmas anymore. Yeah, that's what's hard. But again, that's what you're gonna tell the Lord. That's what you're gonna tell the Lord, right? What's hard is, guess what? You tell your kids, yeah, this year you're not gonna be getting no gifts on the 25th of December. That's hard. Yeah, that's hard. I understand. That's hard. You could get your kids gifts on the 1st of December. Just a thought. You can get them gifts on November 29th. You can get them gifts on March 3rd. I'm just throwing dates out there. Just throwing them out there. You can get them gifts any day. But you got to get them on that day, right? You just got to. You can't tell your son and your daughter, we won't be celebrating your birthday. Because you got to get the cake. You got to get the presents. You got to, right? Well, I hope that y'all don't do these things. I hope that y'all come to the Lord and do the Lord's will, because it's His will be done on earth as it is in heaven. You know what I mean? All right. Let's see. Let's go to Romans 6:1. Romans 6:1. It's the book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? Because Christians love to talk about grace. Oh, this grace. This grace. We have grace, brother. We have grace. Yeah, we do have grace. Yeah, we do have grace. Meaning a time period to get yourself right. Well, how do you get yourself right? By obeying the law, statutes, and commandments, right? It's saying, what shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? Now, sin, 1 John 3 and 4 is the definition of sin, which sin is transgression of the law. The question here is, what shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? So because we have grace, should we continue in that sin? Well, verse 2 says, God forbid, meaning hell nah. How shall we that are dead to sin? So Christ died on the cross. He washed us of our sins. So now we're dead to sin, like Christ was dead on the cross, right? And it says, live any longer therein. Why would you live? Why would you continue to live in sin? That's the question. Why would you? You're dead to it now. You're free. You've been freed of your sin. Why would you live any longer therein? Why would you continue to do it? That don't even make sense. Verse 3, know ye not that so many of us, as were baptized into Jesus Christ, were baptized into his death? Verse 4, therefore we are buried with him by baptism into death, that like as Christ was raised up from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so we also should walk in newness of life. You got to be a new person. That new person obeys the law, statutes, and commandments. It's not hard. Christians just, because they're disgusting people at the end of the day, make excuses. It's just that simple, and you should just keep it that simple. And I don't even want to be like that with those of them that are our people. But you are contrary to the Lord when you battle us on this. And so, therefore, you a brother that I pray for. That's all I can say. Verse 5, for if we have been planted together in the likeness of his death, we shall also be in likeness of his resurrection. Something new has to come out of you giving yourself over to the Lord. With that being said, I'm in the class. I am Priest and Officer Lamawad of the ISUPK. That's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. This has been the Wednesday law class brought to you by ISUPK Dallas. Shalom, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabakatah. Let me slow down. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabakatam to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shemar Latam by Hashem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. With that being said, class is over. Good night, Israel.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're one.
You mean everything to me because I know you mean everything to Christ. And Christ means everything to me. I called on the Lord. I said, that Father, this is real. Will you watch over him? Will you raise him up to be strong? I'm just a man with flesh. This is what you called for in your scriptures. You said they wore studs and fringes, they got it on. You said they will follow the law, they doing it. You said under Yahweh Shai they ought to love one another, and they doing it.